on. And I feel like the government can definitely help its citizens by better school systems. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of raising me to take a test, raise me to thrive in life. You know what I mean? Show me how to plant food. Show me how to build credit. Show me how to create wealth. Show me how to, hunt. Show me how to survive. What one thing could a government realistically do to most improve the lives of its citizens? Educate. We can educate our citizens. Educate our citizens on wealth, how to create wealth, about mental health. We can educate them on how to build power, if you will. And knowledge is power. Fact. That's the fact of the matter is that knowledge is power. Without knowledge, you don't know, you don't have shit, you get manipulated. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can tell you anything and you'll believe what the fuck it is. But if you educated on the shit, then you can protect yourself just a little bit better. Now, if you got people that are known to live by that word of mouth shit, you know what I'm saying? Especially like in our community, black folk, like that word of mouth shit, man. I heard you can catch HIV, man, by touching ass or some shit, like no logic behind it. You know what I mean? Like, educate yourself. Whatever somebody tell you, even me speaking to you guys, like, research that shit and be like, okay, yeah, he knows what the fuck he's talking about. Or maybe he don't know what the fuck he's talking about enough. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, just educate yourself, you know? So like with the government, I feel like they know information that we don't fucking know. Be it Area 51 type shit, be it, underground tunnels, whatever, you know what I'm saying, that stuff is, you know what I'm saying? Like things that would benefit the everyone. But let's keep in mind, if everybody's on the same playing field, then nobody's gonna listen. It's not, it's not a mistake. It's not an accident that the information is not given to certain people, because you wouldn't be able to control them. You understand what I'm saying? So like, think about slavery, right? You got a whole bunch of people, very few masters. How was it able to go on for so long? Because they had them here. They instilled fear inside the minds of the slaves. And I'm sure there's more to it, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm speaking on this one aspect that I believe is the reason why slavery went the way that it went, is knowledge. We weren't educated on certain shit, not to mention being beaten down and made to not feel human, all these things, you know what I'm saying? And had we been educated on our rights as people, you know what I'm saying? Even long before we got over here, education is just so fucking important. Like even just the slaves coming from Africa. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too much on the slave aspect. What I'm trying to say is that education is very, very vital in all facets of life. Like you have to educate yourself. Anything you don't know, educate yourself on it. You know what I'm saying? We have the internet. There's no excuse for us to not know a fucking thing. Like if we believe that, you know what I'm saying, that there's nothing that we can do, maybe we're not looking hard enough. You know what I mean? How about that? That's a possibility. We may not be looking hard enough on whatever the particular issue is. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that are out of our control, but a lot of stuff, man, we can really just educate ourselves on. And I feel like the government can definitely help its citizens by better school systems. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of raising me to take a test, raise me to thrive in life. You know what I mean? Show me how to plant food. Show me how to build credit. Show me how to create wealth. Show me how to, I don't know, hunt. Show me how to survive. That's it, really. Just educate me on how to fucking survive. How can I create this stuff? You know what I'm saying? And if you give me all the tools, there's nothing I can say. Everything else will be all on me. And I'm not blaming the government for our school systems the way that they are. Okay, what I'm saying is that we would be further as humans, and I say that because there's nothing above humanity, but we would be further as humans had we been educated on, a few of us had certain education that others were privy to, if you will. Now, classism is very big. You know, it's like in society, it's an unofficial, like a caste. It's an unofficial caste system that we have here in America. Some people are born into wealth, some people are born into poverty, and you know what I'm saying. It's by their parents' choice of how things went, and that's what I mean. So there also is room for elevation. There's room for help. There's room for like trying to better yourself. But you gotta want to better yourself. You don't get lazy. You know what I'm saying? You're like, you know what I'm saying? Nothing changes if nothing changes. I heard that recently on like watching Winning Time, HBO series, and it just stuck out to me, that line. I feel like the universe is always sending me like signals. God and his universe is always sending me like messages, whatever I watch, listen, all that shit. And that's pretty much what it boils down to. If nothing changes, then nothing changes. Like, we have to want to change. You know what I'm saying? You have to want to better yourself and not say there's anything wrong with you, but you just always want to better yourself, like improve and learn things more. If you make this life worthwhile, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to get up in this Groundhog's Day. Try to do something different that scares you daily. Try to, you know what I mean? But all in all, to say that if the government were to, if it wanted to better its community and societies and all that stuff, education, give us the education needed to survive and to make it in America. That's pretty much my stance on that. So, government, if you're listening, which I'm sure you is, educate us, please. Teach us how to build wealth. If everyone's lives were judged as to whether they had made a net positive or a net negative impact on humanity, how would you be judged? I would be judged for both. Shit. I mean, there's things I've done positive in a sense to humanity, and there's damn sure things I've done negative to humanity from living in pain. You know, if you live in pain for so long, you're gonna project pain and give no fucks about it. To be honest, and now having education, educating yourself, wanting to better yourself, and like seeing the error of your ways whenever it comes. And it's a growing thing. It's not a destination. It's continuation as you get older, seeing things that may not necessarily serve you, and you look back, damn, that caused people some pain, man. So you just forgive yourself for what you didn't know, and you press on. And that doesn't mean that those individuals that you may have caused pain and harm to, they may not necessarily forgive you, but that's up to them. That's on them, because holding on to grudges, it's like holding on to a hot piece of coal. You know what I'm saying? And trying to throw it back, like or drinking, or as they say, drinking poison and waiting for the other person to get sick. And it's what's done is done. Honestly, that when that pain is done, when that pain hits, man, it really sits with us, and it's all about how we interpret it. So, net positive, I would say that I believe I found my purpose in trying to spread awareness to a lot of different ideologies that I come across that I find to be of interest, and it might be helpful to somebody who was in the same position that I was. That's what I feel like, like I feel like my purpose is. So I feel like that aspect is positive on humanity. Now for the negativity, toxicity, being a toxic individual. Yes, being toxic, but working on it. You know what I'm saying? There's things I'm not proud of, and there's some things I am quite proud of being toxic. I'm totally fucking around, but yeah, I feel like I would be judged. Like I said, it all depends on who you ask, honestly. And I mean, if you ask me, I said it's both. I mean, I would hope that I try to strive for positivity. Yeah, I strive for positivity and in many ways, and try to learn and make sure that I don't do it for the ego and more so for the soul. Cause that ego's a sneaky motherfucker. He'll sneak that ego will sneak its ass up to the forefront, no problem. And so it's like being cognizant, you know what I'm saying? It's like wanting to do change, wanting to impact change, right? But then once you inflict this change, now you want credit for doing the change, and that's not what it's about. It's just about doing the do, like doing the do, and then proceeding on to the next mission versus waiting there for that validation, for that conditional love. You know what I'm saying? I did this, so now give me mine. Like, unless you're in business, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're at work or something like that, you work for money. That's it's transactional. You know what I mean? You don't come there to make friends. You don't come there to have enemies. You come there to work, do your part of the team. That's it. You're only responsible for your part. You know what I mean? When you're on the team, you're only responsible for your part. So find out your duties and just do those. And so you know what I'm saying? Like being like the net positive, again, like I said, getting back to how I'll be judged, positive or negative. I really feel like it's like I said, it can go back and forth. It really can go back and forth, but I would hope by the time that I'm called on to the next phase in the universe, that people will remember for how I made them feel. Things I've said, you know what I'm saying? Like people might not remember what you say, but they'll definitely remember how you made them feel. And I would hope that I left a positive impact on the people I meet. At least I try to. I mean, I'm only human. You know what I mean? I do the best I can at trying to be a better person, if you will. And I'm still, learning from like past mistakes. So I will end it on that. With me being judged, I got both positive and negative. What scene from a TV show will you never forget? Okay, so I'm speaking to all the officers out there, all of us that watch The Office. I want to say the scene I will never forget is when they did the Rent cover saying goodbye to Michael on The Office. For those of us, like the first time you watch it, by the time you get there, you can't help but be sad and cry and all these emotions, laugh at the same time, because when I tell you that I've never seen a better, worst, best boss to have in a TV series or just in life, man. Like again, somebody who is so self-centered, so focused on like himself and just wanting to be a part of all gossip, wanting to spread gossip, trying to inflict shit so that it's about him. It's like I said, it's funny. It's just so funny and just has to be in the middle of shit. But I mean, you just, at that moment, you think about all those scenes and the fact that, damn, man, Michael's really leaving the show. but it takes you back to a lot of moments that have occurred. Like him announcing, Phyllis and Bob's marriage at the wedding. And, you know what I'm saying? Constantly trying to invite Jim and Pam over for, you know what I'm saying? Like for dinner and shit. And they always got a reason to not to not show up. Him believing that Ryan is his best friend when Ryan be playing him to the left. The motherfucker gave Ryan his number that time on the fire, like that, that not Ryan started the fire. He had given Ryan his number to hang out and all that other shit, and couldn't find his what is it? Ryan, I guess Ryan couldn't find his phone. So Michael couldn't find his phone, so he asked Ryan to call it. And he was like, I don't have it. Like, I put it in your phone this morning. That, I don't know. You did. Or the constant bickering, the love-hate relationship that Dwight and Michael has, like the ass kissing. And then when they added Andy, his character, and it just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just saw this impact. And some people find Michael to be annoying. And then you have some other people that find that they revere Michael. They put Michael on this pedestal. And I think it's more about just the position. That's Andy and Dwight. They would just suck Michael's dick to the highest extent, just trying to get into that position so that they can get above, ass kissing, typical shit, you know what I'm saying, you see in the workplace, and really just in life and all that stuff. But I mean, that scene, it was, it's tough. Like when you're following it, like I probably watched The Office all the way through, and I usually cut it off right about this episode when Michael is leaving, but I probably watched it at least 20 times, like the entire series, at least 20 times. And the continuity just changes after Michael leaves. And you know what I mean? Like like I said, other than Martin, this right here is probably my favorite fucking show ever. And I'm just biased. Nobody is taking Martin's spot in my life ever. Like fucking ever. Because Martin's the shit. You know what I'm saying? But The Office, it's a boy. Let's just say there was no Martin. The Office, and it's nothing close. Like this, it doesn't even come close to you know what I'm saying when it comes to TV shows for me. Like, but just The Office, and as much as you hate Michael, you love that motherfucker because without him, that show it doesn't feel the same. Don't get me wrong. There's like 15 characters and everybody is valuable to the show, like in its presentation and all that stuff and effect on the audience and on me. But Michael, man, like Michael just did some off the wall shit, like again, calling up his ex-girlfriends to tell him that he has herpes and wants to know if he got it from them or some shit, you know what I mean? And yeah, dating Pam's mom. Just random shit. Like the writing that went into the show is just phenomenal. Honestly, it's just like phenomenal. And you never forget, Michael's interactions with Stanley. Priceless. Did I stutter? Like hearing Stanley go off and then Michael being told by Toby that he's got to do something about it. He's not able to talk to him like that, and I'm saying, to undermine him and shit, and does this fake firing to Stanley in front of everybody, and it just goes way fucking left. And who can forget Michael and Jan? Michael and Jan is that dynamic is like. It is honestly that if you could ever want to know what a beta male is, everything that he did for Jan was beta as fuck. You know what I mean? Just wanting that validation that she treats him like shit, straight like shit, does not value him, period. And he just keeps going. You know what I'm saying? He just keeps going. But like I said, all in all, that scene, watching them all give their in song, give their impact of what happened, like with Michael. And like Meredith, you hit me with your car. You know what I'm saying? It was it's so much. Like I promise you I could talk for days about how great The Office is, and it just it lights me up. I'm not even gonna lie. Every time watching it, I could watch The Office over and over again. I could never get tired of watching it. Like when you get to a point, especially like with me, when you see Michael and he's leaving, you can start this motherfucker over like from the beginning and just see how his annoyance was created from the beginning. And yeah, it's just amazing, man. I love it so much. But one scene that from a TV show I'll never forget: Michael leaving the office.